What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, YouTube? Welcome back to another major market breakdown. I got EURJPY on my screen, but I meant to go ahead and pull up DXY, but we're gonna go back to that because we talked about that on the Friday stream. But if you haven't been here before, go ahead and hit that like button, the sub button, and that bell icon. All that's gonna tell the algorithm this is good content, needs to get pushed forward, and I assure you, you're gonna get some value out of this video. There's actually a surprise for Bitcoin this week that I'm gonna be taking a dive into. So stay tuned for that. But like we always do, DXY ended up in this level that we were thinking we'd get some stoppage at, and that's exactly where we stopped. These lines and boxes and whatnot on my screen haven't changed for the past couple of weeks. You guys can kind of go through the live sessions and the videos on the channel and kind of see get the more context on that there. But I'm not expecting DXY to go too much higher than this area. If we break out from here, if we do break out from here, then I just kind of be sitting and waiting to you know see them talk about cutting interest rates a little more, because I'm kind of a dollar bear right now. Of course, I'm not chronically a dollar bear. If price and fundamentals just show me otherwise, then it is what it is. But as far as as far as I know to this point, I mean, the Fed does have a little more room to push rate cuts off a wee bit, but with Trump talking about more tariffs and tensions overseas, I think the DXY will continue its move lower. Probably going to end up seeing 5K gold in 2026. We're going to talk about that as well. But it's reached this level where we thought we're going to get rejection from and stopped. So we'll see how the week plays out. We should get this rolling over. Even if we bust this high again, I'll still be expecting it, because I mean, lines don't be perfect. I'll still be expecting us to roll over and give us another push back towards this 98.21 level we got down here that we came and jumped off of. And let me go on this daily time frame here so you can really get the full context. This channel is what we've been trading in a wee bit. And my expectation is that we go move back towards the lower band, middle then lower band of this channel here, as we get closer to the time where they want to cut rates again and whatnot. So the jobs numbers aren't. I mean, the jobs numbers are bad, but not like terribly bad, right? So with everything being slightly neutral-ish, as far as like the most recent data releases on the dollar, at least not neutral but mixed. You know what I'm saying? Good here, bad here, good here, bad here. It has our Federal Reserve like, we want to cut rates, but we don't have to. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, right now we have a very slow moving Fed. If it was up to me, if it was up to me, interest rates would have been cut more 2.5 months ago, and we'd probably be on the way to another cut. Um, the markets kind of need it, but take a look over here at Forex Factory. Okay, of course, Monday, bank holiday, MLK Day, for US, but CAD is dropping CPI, and then day after that, Tuesday, we're gonna have a red folder on GBP, and then, well, a few or two. ADP for USD is gonna come out. That's not. I mean, like, yeah, ADP reports can add a little bit of volatility, but they don't tend to do too much. But let's come over here, take a look at the edge finder, and here's that Bitcoin surprise I was talking about. So Bitcoin is showing a +7 score, And +7 is usually good enough for me to, start looking for positioning. Come over here. So from a technical standpoint, super getting a super bullish read. COT still neutral, to slightly bearish. Economic growth on the bullish side. Okay, so it's not like a crazy super bullish read, but bullish enough to find something. Let's see. We're gonna talk about that EUR JPY trade that I have set up as well. Towards the end. Okay. So after being it's been consolidated in this zone since roughly November, right? And honestly, a lot of folks didn't even think we'd get back into this zone, but we did. And honestly, thought we were gonna get a 72K touch. Me personally, once we got into this zone, I was like, 72K, so lovely, would be so lovely, right? So before I go further, I want to say I still like this entry. I still want this entry. But if this wants to complete like a little head and shoulders here, then we still have, quite a bit of points to run. You know what I'm saying? A lot of points to run up. From 95 to 106,000 is roughly the area of this shoulder possibility, right? And so like a head and shoulders is a really big bearish formation, so it's not negating us coming down here and grabbing a 72K entry. It's not negating it at all, but we could be slightly leaning bullish in the short term, as we see a little bit of the data is throwing out for us. So this area here gave us a little bit of problems. Price did not want to break above it, and now that we have broken above it, and now we're retesting it. All right, so it's kind of like we're in a point of interest. Now, I always like to just check. Yeah, we're getting a neutral momentum read on the bird's eye tool, which I don't love because I would like to take a trade here. But the bird's eye tool is not my end all be all. Like, I don't 100% take a trade, or don't take a trade based on what it says. It's all contextualized, and I'm not. It's not like I'm. It doesn't mean I'm going to take a trade right now in this moment, but this kind of bottoming out here, I don't hate. I actually love, because the risk to reward on it is very, very decent. Because like for this, let me just put this up here for visualization purposes. Come over here. All right, so for I don't hate how this looks at all. Go on the daily so I can show you exactly what I was alliterating a second ago. Broke above this area, gave us problems. Currently retesting it, and we might go. we might just go. Just because of how much liquidity and how choppy it's been lately, though, I feel reasonable waiting for another push below um this last daily candle here. Yeah, or at least to match this one, this low here. This level seem to hold price up well, and like I said, because of how choppy and consolidated markets have been lately, um, I wouldn't be worried about missing my entry here. Now, if it just goes away from here, that's on me. But um, I mean, target's 106, so the risk to reward is just phenomenal here. It's just absolutely um insane. I mean, 106 is a reasonable first target. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I'm gonna start trailing at like 100K. I think this is a very reasonable completion of this whole um area of accumulation built up after this distribution to this zone. Um, I mean, I'm super bullish. I've always been super bullish on cryptos. Y'all know me. I hold a whole bunch of different cryptos in my own personal portfolio. I like the technology behind them. I like the vision behind uh, blockchain. It's kind of always been something that agreed with me. Not gonna lie to you. So anytime there's nice Bitcoin buys on the table, I'm I'm here for it, especially when the risk to reward is super decent. So yeah, let me get a nice little push down from here. Just one little trickle. It's like, honestly, I don't even need to go that low because I'll be missing entries because I'll be trying to be a little too perfect sometimes. Just anything underneath this low here, I'm taking. I'm gonna take it. Set me an alert right here, so my devices are like cha-ching cha-ching. All my alerts are the cash register sound. So I was like cha-ching cha-ching when there's a trade about to be ready or whatnot. But let's go check out this EUR JPY trade that I set up. This actually got set up on Friday, and I don't like necessarily. I don't like taking trades on Friday that much. But this ended up just giving up this mean red couple of candles right here, and it pushed it into the zone that I liked for my buy. So I got in, and I mean, EUR JPY isn't a bad carry trade, with the interest rates, making a little bit of swaps, whatnot. um, but yeah, I plan to hold this throughout the week, and shoot, trail stops even longer. If the market's willing to give that up, but target is this high here, and this stop loss area that I'm using is just this market structure over here. Um, Let me come over here. AUD Chef is getting the same score as Bitcoin. Let's take a look at it. A +7 score. Let's see if we can find positioning. Okay. This also broke above previous areas. that pushed it down. What I don't like is how much it's traded back into it. Right? So like a false breakout there. So on our let me go on the 4 hour real quick. So sort of a false breakout there. That doesn't mean we can't still keep buying. I think a closure above here, above this swing high of that red candle, just down to take it higher. I'm a momentum trader, so I like to catch momentum. So, I'd say closure above this area, but like in watching price action over the first like day or so I'm in the trade, I'm gonna want it to go ahead and press above this area to really like confirm that it's gonna keep pushing higher. Um, and then stop loss roughly the point that pushed us down over here. Cause I know if price gets up under here again after pushing higher, then it's gonna like retail head and shoulders gonna win, and it's gonna trickle down. But this is a reasonable 1 to 2. Just breaking that high, creating a new midterm swing high. Really, I was gonna say short term, but hasn't really been up here in a while in these price levels. So we're gonna wait for price to give us a push, close in this area, and then take us higher. All right. Also going to add an alert there. Actually, add an alert here. Yup. What else we got? We already in a trade for EUR Chef and NZD Chef. I will show you guys those trades now. We talked about them on the live stream, but folks like to miss the live streams. So I was low key stopped out, but not really, because I didn't I have a mental stop loss for the second entry, and it was the area of the first entry, but then it happened, and I wasn't staring at the chart, so I didn't close. So I'm still in profit on both entries. It's kind of how that happened. But you guys can go watch the live streams from this past week to see the context from me breaking down and setting up this trade here, because this was a beautiful trade that we are still trailing our stop loss and profit in roughly that area, if I'm not mistaken at what my chart looks like. My stop loss and profit is about right there, and then you are Chef. My stop loss is still at break even, so we technically hit TP on EUR Chef, but I'm still holding it. we technically hit TP already, and we retraced back, you know, closer to entry than to TP. But my stop loss is right here at break even, so I'm not really worried about it. But I'm definitely expecting the price to go ahead and give us another push higher. Like, I was actually surprised that we even trickled down from here. Give us some more opportunities to get some more funyuns in. So if you weren't able to get in the trade last week with us, fret not, my child, fret not, because we continue and go higher. So like I am getting more entries this week off of this area down here, and I am. Oh shit. Okay, don't what, exit app. Why are you doing all that? I'm sorry. My broker my broker's app just like interrupted me like, hey, about to log out. It's never usually does that. Usually always does that in the background. um IKBR doing some updates, maybe updates. But I'm gonna risk roughly this the back to entry on the first entry on this one. So not very much. Doesn't look like very little though, huh? But roughly a 1 to 2.5 ish entry. Uh, make this is of course not financial advice. Y'all all know to trade safely, trade smart, trade like you got some sense. All of y'all know that already, so I don't have to tell y'all that. But I definitely like to see this push higher here, and we're still getting a relatively bullish score here on the edge finder for it. So y'all know how I usually rock and roll. If it's a +6, +7, +8, I'm with it. Well, +6s I don't like as much, but +7, +8, like yeah, you know what I'm saying. Let's see what we're talking about, and then if we got +7, +8, and the bird's eye tool is saying that some momentum is coming, man, we're talking about an almost instantaneous entry. Um, but if you guys haven't ever used it already, check this out, the bird's eye tool. It's very, very free. You guys don't have to sign up for it or anything like that. And anybody that has a funded account with us, with Sparrow Funding, in your dashboard, if you go down to tools, you just click tools and it'll take you over to the tool. So within the Sparrow Funding dashboard, there's a learning center and there's tools, and then you got me doing live sessions. You got a whole ecosystem built around helping you be successful. So if you're looking for funding and you want a ecosystem that really supports you as a trader, then definitely check out that link in the description that says Sparrow Funding on it. All the other links in there for Bird's Eye Tool and our free community are all there. Y'all know how it goes. I love y'all. Make sure you're kind to somebody today. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.